Good evening, truck and tractor pool fans. And for the two in the upper right hand corner, yes, we're live now. Okay, just so you know that. I want to make sure Roland's under control in there and everything. Man, we got a treat tonight. I want to tell you what. We're gonna go over some East Coast Pro Pooling schedule updates, and that schedule is growing daily. And Kendra's going to take care. Kendra, how are you this evening?
I'm tired. How are you?
That's what you get for being a tax consultant.
Yes.
But
but I'm doing very good. Thank you.
Good. She's going to take care of a little bit of Shipshawana information, and then the stars of the show tonight from the Delmarva Tractor Pullers Association, Club, whatever you want to call them. Great group of guys. I really enjoy working with them when I can throughout the summer. And then we got now President Richard McIntyre and past President Olin Simpkins. Guys, how are you tonight?
We're great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. I'm honored to have both of you here at the same time. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was kind of hoping for it, and it worked out that way. So, but real quick, East Coast Pro Pooling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got actually 9 dates. A couple of the events are 2 days. Of course, starting April 22nd at the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association in Eastern Maryland is the at this point is the first East Coast Pro Pooling points event. May 27th at the Washington County Ag Center in Boonesboro, Maryland. June 16th and June 17th, Kempton, Pennsylvania. And I believe that's their fair because they have an early fair.
Yeah. Yep, that'll be their fair pool.
Both days there for pooling will be East Coast Pro Pooling. July the 8th, we're back at Boonesboro, Maryland, Washington County Ag Center. And there is, I see a rain date for July 26th for Lebanon, but we'll wait and see what comes in on that. I'm not quite sure. If that's so, then I guess is 26th on a Wednesday? Can you look that up quick?
I think so.
So that would okay. I'm sorry. It is July 26th. Rain date July 27th.
Yeah, July 26th is the Wednesday.
Yeah, that's the regular date, and rain date's the next day on the 27th. And then we go to right now on the schedule, August 25th and 26th, Center Hall, Pennsylvania, at the Grange Fair. So that's coming along. Rumor. I've also heard there will be a pool in Bel Air, Maryland. To my surprise, I thought we were done down here, but sounds like we're going to end up having an event. Nothing's etched in stone yet, and there's some other events I know are coming. So daily, it's growing daily. But anyway, last weekend there was a big show in Shipshawana. Kendra.
Huge show. That is the beauty of having a home office. Don't tell my boss, but there's a very good chance I watched the live stream while doing tax work. I was clocked in, but I was still working as I was watching. Just took a brief, what's it take, 12 seconds for a tractor to go down the track? It was fine. No.
That's what color it is.
There was multiple colors. I was cheering on the Hot Farm guys and all that too. So
I was thinking about those guys with Olivers and cases and stuff like that.
There was Olivers and cases out there in the light super stock class.
Yep.
So, but no, Shipshawana, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because we have been promoting it, that had to be one of the smoothest indoor pools I've ever seen. There was very little downtime. There was very little breakage, which definitely helps with the downtime. I think they were done by 11 o'clock every night, which is what they wanted. Especially because I saw a rumor that Clint got a heavy fee if they went past midnight. So I know they were trying to take care of that. Yes, the Pennsylvania Pullers did very well. Shout out to Smokey and Marty and their team. The Lake Pros, for lack of better terms, just plain kicked butt this weekend. So very proud to call them guys friends. I think both Lake Pros made both finals. Both they can run 2 classes out there for everybody who doesn't know. All the Hot Farm guys had very nice passes. I think the Ray Norris made it into the finals with his John Deere. I think, did he have Pack and Heat out there? Do you remember?
Yes.
Pack and Heat made the finals, and I think that what did Jason say? Like 40 some tractors they had in that class.
Yeah, it was a bunch.
He was in the top 12. So congratulations to him. DJ Boop missed it by 1 place. I think that's 2 or 3 years in a row. So they'll get there. They had a very tough class when they were in there. But yeah, excellent show all around. One day I'll get back out there. It's a really great pool. So now we're just waiting on Louisville.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Dave Doherty just sent me a message, and the Friday night in July, the normal date, is a lock for Bel Air. It is definitely a go. I don't know what classes yet, but he just people know I have a show at 8:00, and they call me anyway. So I'm going to mute myself. And Kendra, why don't you go ahead and get these two started real quick? I have to take this call. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So how about wrong? So close. So close. All right. So as JR said, Richard, you are the new president, and Olin is the, what is that called? You don't want to call him an ex-president. He's the previous.
He's the past president and the current vice president. So
there you go. So between me and you, how's the transition? You know, if he wasn't sitting beside you, what would you say?
He's doing what he does best.
That's say. I know it's hard sometimes to let go of those rules. So why don't you guys just kind of
Richard? He's been in training for that position for a while now. Okay. Whether he directly or indirectly, he's been working his way to be the president. And he's doing a fine job, and he'll have a great year. He's already got some insight for the year coming up, and we all in Delmarva looking forward to the change that he can provide. And I'm good with all that. I'm happy for him.
Good.
Yeah, if I move meetings into the house, I'll take over. I've been his vice president for 2 years now, so it's just he deserves a break and a chance to express his opinion in different ways a little bit. I can have a vote now. His president, I get a vote for him. So,
boy, am I glad I can mute my mic.
Are you back now, JR?
I said I sure am glad I can mute my mic. That's right. Go ahead.
JR, are you on Facebook?
Who, me?
Yeah, you might want to go look at a comment. Let me see if I can delete it.
Oh! I'll take care of it. I'll
well, that's it.
We have somebody who's not wanting to be very family appropriate.
Oh my!
All right, so why don't you guys just give us a little bit of like a backstory with Delmarva and like what you guys see coming up in the future? Just a little bit about your organization for everybody who doesn't know.
Delmarva started. How many years ago Delmarva started? It's getting close to 20. It's not quite there yet. It's somewhere around 16 or 17. Well, Jeff Chairs was announcing that he had enough to run a sled and being in all the pools. And we attended a pool in August at Pocomoke, Maryland with John Smith. And at that pool that night, John had talked to Lawrence Heyman. Lawrence Heyman stood on the scales and said, if y'all want to get a tractor pull group together, I'm here to help you sponsor it, get you a sled bought and a payment plan and all. And if you guys can figure out how to make it work, I'm here to help you go. And John Smith was a large part of that. And a lot of credit to him. Our first president was George Bradley. Later on become John Smith and myself, now Richard. We've had some transitions along the way. And Lawrence, like I say, Lawrence Heyman, extremely supportive throughout the years. Delmarva has a special fondness for him. He acts very mild. You hardly see it. He don't show it, but he's been a great supporter. And the whole Heyman family has been good. Doug Heyman has been very good to us. We got to enjoy a very nice pool in August, was it? Was it August? November? Late August, November.
October.
October.
You're
Sorry,
talking about
yeah, he was
the
there.
Memorial Pool.
Richard dropped the weight there. Made a good video. Let's see. It's a camera. Now, little small detail. Bobby Grinley won that class or borrowed ratchet strap. I know whose strap it was. Richard, and he got a rear hook. Now, Richard got the rear hook. He might have done a lot better. But ratchet strap, he got DQ.
Oh no! Was that your strap that he went borrowed? Because
yes, that strap has history
to come right back. Oh my!
Oh
gosh.
yes. So anyway, it's all good.
That's what happens when you play nice guy.
Yeah. So it's all good. We all had a great time with that. Bobby Grinley there. Left with the biggest smile I've ever seen him with, and the whole time I've been attracted to him. Big sign with his name on it, first place. Wonderful event, wonderful cause. We had a great time. And but back to Delmarva. So
I'll really something to Bobby Grinley. Bobby Grinley is definitely one of the people that, no matter what it is with the sled, whatever, when it breaks, Bobby will either fix it or figure out how to fix it. Delmarva's got a really good group of support personnel, from the officers to the sled chairman and the sled operators. If anybody's ran a volunteer organization, I think the sort of knows, without the core group, it doesn't go. It's not playing. And we have a very small but very solid core group.
And they're all quite vocal. They voice their opinions during a meeting, and they generally come together in the end and say, hey, listen, it's a team approach we're after. And it works out very well.
We had a rather large event for Delmarva the last scheduled pull of the year, other than kind of a play day at Indian Acres. Danny Ferguson, LW Foster, and a few of the Virginia guys came up. Had about 125 of us. It was a really long day for Delmarva, but we learned a lot. We look forward to having those kind of events this coming year. We've made some adjustments to make them not quite as long. We have a full schedule again this year that you can find on our website. And I don't know if anybody knows that the Delmarva thing is probably a little different. We understand that not everybody can.
We actually run 2 point series for the year. We run an overall point series for the entire year, and we run what we call our fair point series as well for the guys that might not necessarily be able to make an 8-9 pull series. Basically, we break it up to our local fairs, the Delaware State Fair, the Queen Anne's County Fair, the Kent County Fair, the Great Pocomoke Fair down there with John and Gloria, and we throw in the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Show as one of those events. So if you're a little more limited on how much you can make it out, you can still participate in a point series. Just something a little different to kind of give everybody a chance.
And we will be handing trophies out at our...
Jared, can you give them more volume? I can't hear them.
That you can't hear me.
Well, what I did is I was sitting here in the background just being quiet, and I turned her echo off and turned the automatic off and raised the volume, but evidently that doesn't work either.
I was going to say, I could barely hear him there at the end.
Yeah, I apologize. I was just trying something while you guys were on. I could hear them.
Tell me what the last thing you heard was, Kendra.
Well, now I can hear you again.
That's because I have all the...
You get to do it all again. Did you hear any of what I said about a point series?
Yes, I did hear a little bit about that, but that's about when he started going down with the volume, and I was like,
Okay. Well, in the effort to make sure everyone heard it, Delmarva does do things a little different. We normally have an 8 to 10 bull schedule for the year that we run our overall season point series with. But we understand people are busy and not everybody can make every bull. So within the season point series, we also run our fair point series, which encompasses the Delaware State Fair, the Queen Anne's County Fair, the Kent County Fair, the Great Pocomoke Fair, and just for good measure, so you kind of have a tiebreaker, so to speak, we put the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Show, and we kind of count that as a county fair.
wow.
To kind of give you an opportunity. You got to give you an opportunity. You can't be one of the guys that make it day in, day out. And because that's where Delmarva came from, that's what Delmarva kind of the roots are is the county fairs. That's where antique pulling started in the first place. We recognize that. Try to entice people to come out to those pools.
Nice.
Right. And you guys ain't afraid to travel either. I know that.
No.
We
they-
will be in Chatham and almost been to Tunica, almost been to White Pines. There's a couple of
Yeah, there's a pool tomorrow I'd love to be at, but it's just a little bit far.
yeah, I don't believe any of us be able.
Oklahoma tomorrow.
Oklahoma, yeah, that's a hike.
Yeah, I got good friends out there pulling in Oklahoma tomorrow. Ready 3-day pull. Excellent pull.
Yeah.
We
Well, and aren't they getting
Great.
some snow out there in the Midwest area too, or something?
I don't know. You got to go through 3 time changes to get there, and I don't know how many weather systems. They got to cross the Mississippi. It's a ways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oklahoma.
Yeah, that would be a hike. You would
That-
be on the road now if you had to go out there. That's
Yeah, it's somewhere between 22 and 24 hours straight driving. That's just a bit much.
we were going. We've been on the road yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we've
We
had
also-
bowling tournaments out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's a hike. That goes
Bowling tournament?
way back. Way back.
Well, we actually have a Delmarva member is out near Tulsa right now.
Yeah, Mr. George.
George Harris out there on truck delivery.
Oh, okay.
Good member of Delmarva. We appreciate him very much.
Well up at 8, still long. So, just one other. JR was at the event that we kind of participated in with Doug Heyman and Grinders and all that in Greensboro. And kind of keeping with that effort, Delmarva's decided to also do 2 raffles to try to build things a little more community outreach. You're holding your ears. Can you hear me, JR?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand you because when I'm hearing you, that it's in and out. That's part of the
okay.
program here. So
I thought his ears was burning because you used his name.
So what we've decided to do as a club is kind of both a community outreach and kind of get the word out there that, most of our guys and girls in our club are not just enjoy tractor pulling, but they enjoy everything that goes with it as far as our local community. Most of us are either family-oriented pullers, 3rd or 4th generation, you name it, it's all wrapped in there somewhere.
yes.
And unfortunately, we've all had our dealings, our thankful dealings with hospice because they're a great organization that really comes in at the end. And of course, Shriners Hospital, St. Jude's, causes like that are near and dear to all of us. So what we've decided to do
This year.
and hopefully make it an annual and growing thing is we're actually going to run 2 raffle drawings at the same time. One is going to be for a pellets tractor. Hopefully you can see that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's $20 a ticket. We're only selling 100 tickets. We're not trying to make a fortune. We're trying to do some community outreach
It's our first try
and put some money to a good cause at the same time.
your first try and doing this endeavor.
The other one for any pullers out there that have ever seen them, I know I will be buying quite a few tickets for this one myself. We've decided, and we've worked with Mr. Houston Jackson, who does very, very nice 1/16 scale pulling models. Basically, for anybody that doesn't know what Houston does, you send him a picture of your pulling tractor. He basically recreates it as a 1/16 as close as possible. We are going to be raffling off basically a gift certificate to him. You win the ticket, you send him a picture of your tractor, Delmarva puts the bill. No ifs, no ands, no buts.
Wow.
Is this
So
something?
that will-
I'm sorry. These tickets you'll be selling throughout your pulling season, and is this something?
I don't think they'll make the whole season.
Basically, we've decided for the first 2 raffles, it's $20 a ticket for both raffles, and we're only selling 100, and we'll do the drawing when the 100 are sold.
It won't take long. It won't take long.
I don't think so either, but we believe in kind of trying to start small and building momentum rather than make it, some outlandish goal. We do want to keep growing that as time goes on, both for one, outreach of, other pulling associations, and 2, obviously, to get back to good cause.
Delmarva has a long history of doing charitable things.
Yeah.
We've done big pools before the Elks. I think we like $4,000 or $5,000. We donated to hospice at that time. We collected raffle tickets for St. Jude's, through the hook and all. We did what, $14,000 of tickets we sold for the St. Jude's tractor. We every year we have done something, and this is what we're doing right this year. Next year, who knows? Delmarva is known to do multiple things, and sometimes they do the same thing again. Sometimes they skip a year, do it again, or they don't do it again. You just don't know. You gotta go to the monthly meeting. Be a member. Come join up. A voting member, that is.
I don't care if you're a service member. I care. Oh, we do. I'd rather you be a voting member, but you know,
we do like input, and we do like to do things creative like that. And the more creative we've done, the happier we've been.
Well, we've also
And it's what keeps people giving the money too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, for instance, the Shiners event we participated in, Doug came in that bunch. You couldn't ask for a more number one class act event. Number two, everybody had a great time, and I think Doug as a whole made a very good killing for Shriners in general. We were proud to be a part of that. But that really is once in our mission statement to continue to promote the sport and get back to our local community. So that's something, as Olin said, Delmarva has done in its history and will continue in its future.
Yeah, we did one year a pool for Fisher House for the air base.
We did.
We've done a lot of different things over the years. I think George was president at that time, wasn't he?
He was.
Yes.
The other thing we've done to try to be more inclusive, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, we've adjusted some of our venues. We've actually done away with a couple of divisions to make it not so confusing to people to come from outside of Delmarva, so to speak. And we've also reached out and talked to, officers of the clubs around us and members of the clubs around us to kind of make our rules more fit. So that basically you don't have to redesign your tractor completely, change your setup to go from, say, anywhere in mid-Pennsylvania to almost central Virginia. Somewhere there is a division in Delmarva fit.
And tractor pulling in the antique world has changed even in Delmarva. When we first started, there was very few 6-mile-an-hour tractors. 12-mile-an-hour was pretty much just open tractors, wasn't really 12s, and there wasn't any 8s. Now we have all of them, and then we have the 2C class, which is the small tire cut division, which come into play about 3 years ago. And so there is ongoing change, and we revisit our rules and stuff to represent the changes that are occurring throughout the years.
Yeah,
And through all that,
you guys run with a mile per hour and stuff. I mean, that's
On board.
I want a tractor and do it. I want to see you do it.
Yes.
That's my answer to them.
Sit on the
Get over here and do
tractor,
it.
12 mile an hour, hold it for 4 for 300 feet, and then tell me how easy it is.
3 to 5. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I did a bunch of editing because I'm trying to get some videos edited for somebody for the banquet this weekend. But anyway,
Good.
I'll be done. Earlville tomorrow, and I got a few to do for the Shriners, and that'll be ready too. But anyway, yeah. And there's a 12-mile-an-hour class that Olin and Lawrence ran that I edited today, and they both went over mile per hour. I mean,
That's not unusual.
I'm just saying, it can happen so quick. Is it? Let me ask you this: is it actually easier to run a 3.5 mile per hour class?
No, the hardest drive is 3.5.
Absolutely.
That's hard.
The hardest class to drive and win with really good drivers is 3.5.
Okay.
Because you have no momentum harder to work with, and a tenth of a mile is huge.
Right. Well, I'm just curious because I thought it might be harder to patience-wise to sit there and run 3.5 versus, I got 12 mile an hour. I got a little more leeway.
3.5 is tough. Richard rode me in a tractor one day. He said, I didn't know why you never mind running 3.5, 4s, and 6s. He said, till I rode with you in a tractor for 2 hours, he found out that's what you do all day long.
Yes. But that is a class that I also hope comes back a little more in the Delmarva area. It is a 3.5 higher class. We've both the rules committee and history and now we've tried very hard to make it so that if you had a reasonably stocked tractor, and I'm going to use the word reasonably stocked because it is what it is. Anybody tells you that they don't stock tractor is either more than likely full of it or at the absolute back of the pack. But Delmarva's always been hard to make sure that that's why we have the 2C cut tire class to push the higher horsepower tractors away from the stock tractors. So if you have
more tweaked.
if you have your M's, your 80s, and things like that, there's still a home for you at Delmarva as long as you're willing to go with the study with it. That's all we ask, but that's not going away.
But you got at the same time, you have to remember most pullers started in the 3.5 stock appearing class. But even go fast tractors, most of the pullers started there some time ago. And there is still a large grassroots bunch out there that really do enjoy that. Delta has a huge following of them. Slanco has them. Southern Lancaster, there's a lot of them. You go down into Southern Maryland, there's a lot of them. You go down in Virginia, there's still a mess of them. So if you really understand antique pulling in a broader sense, you'll see that they're still very popular. Oh, even Glad Hills, we got them out there in Frederick, Maryland. And you're seeing them at Crownsville as well, with that bunch in Anne Arundel.
Well, and that's why I bring that back up because it's also a big outreach that we've done at the beginning of this year is try to work more with the local clubs to one make it so we have crossover classes, so to speak, so that we can go to their polls, support them, and not have to, spend Wednesday through Friday getting ready to go Saturday.
Right.
Completely change every setup we have. And two, so that they can come over here and they don't have to worry about so much they are 400 plus kids and things like that because they're not in the same class. That's actually quite important to us. They know they have a home no matter what they're on.
Right. Great.
But
That
tractor
equals good
has
support.
changed. And you have to change with it some.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you started, did you ever hear the word bracket pull?
No.
The bracket pull. Yeah, the bracket pull. I experienced my first bracket pull last year at Chatham, and that was interesting to say the least.
I remember taking Richard to his first bracket pull.
Day. That's a long day, and by golly, a Delmarva puller did end up winning that bracket pull.
Mike Hitchens
won it.
Yep. Bracket pulling is different. I really enjoy bracket pulling, but it certainly is a different world of tractor pulling than you're used to, that's for sure. But the other thing with that too is, like Olin said, almost everybody that has a big tractor started with a little, and you can't lose the roots of that, or you can't lose the system. I mean, antique tractor pulling will die if you lose those.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's still a lot of fun things you can do with antique.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. We have done none of your business classes. We pulled double tray.
Yeah, pulled double tray.
We have done a bracket pull. We was going to do one.
We did do one.
And then you run special KOH classes. We've done some little bit of payback classes. And it's changing. A lot of that is changing overall in tractor pulling. How organizations collect money and make money through the design of their classes, and it's changing. The Northern PA tier is scheduling their dates all separate from each other and doing 50-50 classes, and they're doing special classes, and they all trying to work together up that way so they all survive. And we're down here in Delmarva trying to work a similar system, but in lower location. And it's interesting how it all is coming around.
Do you see much support from, say, like people from Mason-Dixon area here? Mason the Mason-Dixon Fairgrounds is only 4 miles from here, 4.5 miles.
I've taken Richard to Mason-Dixon. And what do you think of Mason-Dixon?
The ball. So
When did
here's
you
how I
go?
look at
Yeah.
here's how I look at that in an overall sense as far as clubs working together. I would love to see more Mason-Dixon tractors down here, but I also understand that no matter when you have that is a give and take from each organization. You know,
Sure.
we can't be the guys, and that's why me, Owen, and little brother and a few others went to Mason-Dixon. We'll be going again this year because I don't believe in saying, "Well, I'm going to work together," but saying I want to work together means I'm going to come to my polls and I want to stay home and not come to yours. That's not how they work.
There's a lot of conflict in dates too. You can, if you run in date conflicts. I want to take Richard to Fallen Grove. I think he'll love Fallen Grove.
Yeah, Fallen
he's
Grove's
never
not
seen-
far off. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll love Fallen Grove once he goes down. Parking's a little challenging. If it rains, it's definitely
Yeah.
slippery mud.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That mud's slippery in Fallen Grove.
Oh yeah.
But he'll love the track once he's been there. And the whole second story announcer stand that wobbles. Anyway,
And we've managed on his original point. We've managed to get a couple of those players to come down.
Chad Arnold, he's been down from that area, Bel Air,
His brothers.
and the brothers have been.
One thing I think is different there than here, and as long as I'm president and most of the officers under me, I'm sure teams in Delmarva, some clubs still don't require wheelie bars. That's those clubs' business. They run it the way they want.
Yeah.
Delmarva does not change it.
It's their sandbox.
Just point blank. It's their sandbox. I'm not here to throw things at them. They run it how they want. Delmarva does not change it. Wheelie bars are not going anywhere. Anything else, I don't really care. We had a 4430 show up at full and say, "Can I hook to your sled?" I looked at it point blank and said, "Can you keep it under 12 miles?" Yep. Okay. Then there's the sled. There's your class. There's the sled. Let's go. But the first time you pull it over, you're out. Done.
Right.
That really is the only steadfast thing we will not budge on is the tractor will have a functional wheelie bar.
I think that was 17 again.
No, it was a functional track. We got 30 minutes.
Okay.
But and that was his one and only hook for the day. But he had fun. We had fun. Nothing got broke. Everybody went home. It was a good day.
But we're seeing it's more blending more than ever before. And even at our banquet, we've tried to reach out to as many of them as we could from different clubs because we love to give them time on the microphone to talk to our group, anything they wish to say or converse. And it's nothing like a banquet from conversation time. Delmarva discovered many years ago that we absolutely love our banquets. Have a great time. And there's a lot of behind the scenes discussions going on where pullers are relaxed and they're talking about pulling, and it's been very nice.
Yeah, there's some decisions that won't be made with the same calm demeanor at a pull as they will at a banquet. When you're in the heat, sometimes things need to chill out and talk about it later. But
the banquet is fun.
Also, just FYI, JR, this one of the things I begrudgingly agreed to this tonight is I do want to make sure that everybody out there knows that outreach is there from Delmarva, and I can't think of any better way than running my mouth on YouTube with you to reach some of those people. If you have ideas, if you were ever thinking about forming with us and think there's not a place for you, reach out to us on Facebook, the website. Lord knows, comment, share, we'll make sure to find you, and everybody knows over. So there's ways to get a hold of us. We want more people involved. We want to have a good time, and we want tractor pulling to continue.
Absolutely. I wish I could have understood everything you said, but for some reason, your volume on my end coming to me is in and out. So
I hear just fine here.
I'm gonna say,
but yeah, and I'm looking forward to your banquet this weekend.
I'm looking forward to you being there. Maybe not so much your videos, but I am looking forward to you being there.
Oh no, videos they have to have it. There's nothing better than a good video on the
I
back.
I got a projector coming. I got a player coming. Got DVDs coming. So I'll even have a couple sets put together for somebody who wants to buy a set or whatever. That's fine.
Well,
But
I'm sure the one next to it will remind me of all my mistakes that can be seen.
I'll remind somebody else to remind them. Not a
it's
problem.
I'll remind somebody to remind somebody to remind.
well, here's the
has to be
deal.
done.
Here's the deal.
It's just
You
management.
know, with that deal there at Greensboro for you, Richard. I'm thinking, why wouldn't a man strap his weights on? I just because you could be all the control driver you think you are, but there's going to be that one time that happened to you. You set the front end down just a tick too hard, and you lost your weights. I had no idea that you had loaned your tie down strap to somebody else.
No. That wasn't my tie down strap. That was Owen's tie down strap. However, I was offered the use of the same strap.
I got you. Okay.
And let me just tell you something. All of it.
So I was right after all.
If I drop weight, I don't need Owen to remind me. I don't need Pullen to remind me. I don't need you two to remind me.
I can clearly tell by your reaction you were not happy.
All I have to do is look over to my right and feel the eyes running through my shoulder, and I will be reminded forever. I promise.
Didn't take him long to
will
walk
never
away.
forget
Yep.
that, ever.
Yep. I guarantee it. I could tell in his face when he turned and walked away. I could see it. Because I was on the same side of the track too, and he come walking by me. He's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, he doesn't say much, but he got body language, and it's really easy to read at times.
Absolutely. But just point to that. For me, anyway, I mean, it's different for everybody, but I love the tractors, but that's why I do what I do. It wouldn't be the same if he wasn't there to give me a hard time. It wouldn't be the same if I wasn't trying to beat little brother or son or daughter that was coming right behind me either.
Yeah, a lot of us, even to this day, talk about when Richard's grandfather was pulling and the things he did. It's still great conversation.
Absolutely.
When you talk about speed, horn breaking, and things of that sort, and running the wrong speed in the wrong class, well, we all know who we think about it. And, it's all good. And if dropping the weight goes back and gets Richard remembered for 20 years, it's good then.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
For me, it's the conversations and the memories, and same guy, different discussion. Go back to Shannon, Virginia 2 years ago. I drop a hook that's a winning hook. You know what? Like I told him.
Oh,
That's
yes, you're right. You're right. I remember that. That was tough.
The hook and who won the class and who didn't win the class, I couldn't tell you who won the class today. But I can tell you the conversation. I can tell you the
first time
around that hook that'll still be here 10 years from now.
Yeah, it's the first time I spoke to your father. I think was down there when you he just threw his hands up in the air. I said, "Hey, you win some, you lose some." I might have got a couple words.
I think that was the farthest trip you ever took from home, wasn't it? Up to that time.
Oh, that was absolutely the furthest pulling trip I ever took. That's for sure. But it's also,
it's Leslie Foster blamed it on your tires. You losing weight.
I will never blame it on my tires that I lost. That's for sure. I've had a couple sets cut recently that I'm absolutely in love with. So that kind of is what it is. But to go back, I mean, I know we're talking about Delmarva, and Olin alluded to, speed breakers from way back and things like that.
At one time, it wasn't a horn, but
when my family started tractor pulling in this Delmarva area, there was no speed limit and there was no classes. There was one weight class. Here's the rules. There's no weight limit. Meet your drawbar, meet your tires, and there's the sled. Let's go at it.
Yeah, right.
There was big tire discrepancies.
There was big tire discrepancies. Thank God we don't put it. But tire rules will be an argument as long as there's tractors and tires. Delmarvas are almost to the point where they got to be, round. They don't necessarily got to be black, just round.
And weights of tractors have changed in the years. The average tractor now weight in antique pulling probably 45 to 65, right?
That's the bulk of the class.
And years ago, what were they?
Well, years ago, we started at 65 to 85, 95, and just kept on going.
Can you guys see the things I'm putting down below to read?
Nicole,
Okay, evidently you can't.
Nicole's coming to the bank this Saturday.
We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. Not just kidding.
It's a drive, man. You know
but you know what? I like the Morrison bunch.
So do I. I had a great time up there. For one time up there.
They've always, matter of fact, that's the first place I met you.
That's exactly.
Yes,
how
you're right.
Chester
You're
County
right.
used to
You're right.
be.
Yep.
That is exactly how Chester County.
Yeah, I was over there taking pictures over against the Jersey wall.
Mm-hmm. And how many years ago was that?
Careful, JR.
20
You can go up either one.
You need to be very careful.
2015 or 2016?
And I think you're back in 12s. 2012.
Huh?
I think you're about 12, 14.
It could have been. Could have been. Yeah, you're right.
He's
You're
got
right.
a picture to prove it, so you might want to be careful.
Oh, I'm sure there's pictures back here. Yeah.
Y'all have way better memories than I do.
Oh, you're still
But
here?
that was up at Delta. Had a great time back then. Had just as much fun now at Delta. Like I say, I want to get Richard to go to Fawn Grove. I almost had you to go to Sri Lanka, Quarryville. Almost.
That's not, I haven't been there either. It's not that far away.
That's a really interesting event as well. It does well.
You know, we're talking a lot about north. We're going to travel south.
Now we're going to go. Now we're going south. We're going to go to St. Mary's.
Well, we're going to go to St. Mary's. We're going to get down to the
Leonardtown.
Well, we're going to get down past Leonardtown. We're going to get to the central line, the southwest of the.
Going to go back down to Orange.
Once or twice. Oh, I'm definitely going back.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Somebody was commenting on here earlier. We got a score to settle, so
He's got to go back.
We'll be making that trip.
Yeah. We took
Probably
Lawrence
that
Heyman there to Orange, and he was going down the track minding his own business and picked up a passenger on the sled. Yes, sir. He thought was an 8 mile, 12 mile out of that track and picked a John Deere up on the pan on the way through.
Can you not hear this, JR? Is that the problem? I see your hand motions over there.
I posted a message and it came up somebody other than me. I just
Yours is there too. Yeah, your response is there.
You can hear us, Kendra.
Your alter ego.
Yeah.
It's okay.
my alter ego. You don't want to meet my alter ego. Trust me.
You don't want to be mine either, believe me.
I don't want no weights thrown at me.
We got lighter weights.
I promised I would. I apologize. I promised Richard I wasn't going to pick on him tonight.
Now, what kind of show would that be? I've been kind of waiting for that.
Wow, he better
That's
be
the only
careful
reason
what
he came on.
for. But I just want to elaborate to something else too that we've been talking about for several months, if not almost a year. Olin come up with an idea.
He's gonna drop the other shoe.
Antique tractor pull talk show like we're doing now. He has a long list of ideas in his head for guests across the country that he knows, and he has pretty much nominated Richard McIntyre with us now to he's basically going to be the host, and I'm just going to be a co-host. I'm like, just sit back and
you're going to be the Kendra.
I'll be the Kendra.
Okay. JR is going to be the Kendra.
I'll be the
That should be interesting.
somehow.
He's got to do the princess wave.
I'll take the money to see that.
How much money you got?
He had empty pockets right now.
We'll talk Saturday night. We'll talk Saturday night. I'm not saying it'll be a weekly show. I mean, whatever the schedule allows for both of us and whoever, Olin is going to be put in charge of getting our guests because I have a very limited number of people I know in the antique pulling world. So I can't think of anybody better than Olin to point at somebody and say, hey, I want you on the show such and such a date. So
I happen to
And
be
whatever
sitting next to Mr. Notorious, so it's okay.
Yeah, you want one from Florida, Oklahoma, Michigan, Wisconsin, Maine? Just tell me which state you want one from.
Let's
That's
start
like I
with
said.
it.
That's
Or we go
the first-
just go close to home.
you got a whole club. You can start there. You can do whatever you
You
want
should
to
try
do.
to get all the 48 continental.
I don't know them
States,
all.
that'd be
I
pretty
do
cool.
have one from Washington State that's a good friend. But anyway, we'll start with Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, PA.
Nicole, let's not forget about the president of the club either. Remember, we all got to deal with him Saturday night. So
Yeah, well, that's probably Richard's problem there. He'll get over it, I hope.
I'm pretty easy to get along with.
absolutely, I couldn't. I tell you what, folks. You know, I wasn't trying to start a trend for poor Richard. He was on here 2 years ago, 2021. You were on. Well, it was
You're a
before.
trendsetter?
It was before the 2021 Chatham, the very first Chatham event. It was before that.
Yeah.
And man, did the guy sitting next to Richard really stir the pot down at Chatham that first year? And oh boy, the announcers were all over it. King Richard and all this other stuff. And I'm like, wow.
All right, Richard.
Does any of that to go on?
No, you want to go
He was
with
a
him.
movie
He
star.
hasn't said it one time yet. He's been good.
He said King Richard.
That's not it.
Okay.
He's been good so far.
But we you know, we're going to work towards getting something going. I mean, we've only talked about it for over a year. And right now, to me, the only thing I can hear we need is a microphone. Everything else, I mean, the camera looks good. It's just for what I don't know how it sounds to you, Kendra, but it's really muffled to me.
Yeah.
Coming from them, but that's the only thing I would say you need. And if you use your cell phone, I'm sure we can manage very easily just something, even if it's just a little clip-on mic, and plug it into your.
I can always talk louder. You just have to tell me it's muffled.
It doesn't matter because the louder you talk, the more it starts cutting you out from echo,
Mhm.
and it makes you
The
even
more it
more
tries
muffled.
to fix itself. Yeah.
Yeah, they sound good to me. Must be something wrong with JR tonight.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
must be. Uh-oh. David Jones is in the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see up there. Oh, there he is.
Needs to back
It's not
up
a
from
phone, David. It's a tablet. But anyway,
You know what? He's doing pretty good for a man that got up 2 o'clock this morning and went for a truck ride. I didn't think he'd still be awake.
all in good fun.
now, Tom Travis.
This time, David Jones is going to stay for the full event in Chatham, I believe.
It's going to
Yeah,
pull in
let's-
Wisconsin.
He had to go home early last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
he's
hope he
important.
does. I'm on the fence right now because I'm not sure. I already talked to you all on about it. I'm not sure what's going on just yet. It sounds like I may not get to make Chatham this year, and I'm not going to be happy about that. I'm not sure.
I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy about it.
Neither will we.
I think the
95% of
Southwestern
them
will be
give a crap.
unhappy. I think Central will be unhappy. I think you got a bigger fan club than you think in Chatham, Virginia.
That's appreciated. And we're going to have Tommy Agee on here in the next week or two as well. So.
Tommy Agee, good man.
Absolutely.
He's got his group together. And when they get together and they get to working good, they get a lot done.
They do. Yeah, they're
gonna have 2 sleds this year. I believe both self-propelled.
Yes.
And I think Mr. Ray Kaufman's going to be down there with him.
Ray, the blue sled, and I think the mini sled's going.
I think the mini is what I was told. Correct.
Yes.
That'll be interesting. We pulled both of them before in Harrisburg at the farm show, and so it's not like antique pullers haven't hooked them before.
Yep.
In the January farm show last year.
Yep.
Going to meet them again probably in March at Harrisburg. And I'm thinking Ray gets to come to a banquet as well. So I'm looking forward to a conversation with him there.
He's
Yeah,
invited.
he's going to try. He's going to try.
He says he has a tight schedule, but Ray likes to come down Delmarva banquets too, and we like him there.
as far as Southwestern and Tommy and Damon and those guys, any club that can put on a field like that and have over 1,000 books in a weekend, that's top notch and getting it done. So
Yeah.
they really deserve a pat on the back for that.
And like I said, I think you got a bigger fan club than you realize in that area. I think they all watch it much closer. Matter of fact, I think the East Coast pullers, all in all, antique pullers, have made you an honorary celebrity, and with the videos and all.
Don't start.
Because ordinarily we kind of get low left behind on a lot of that, and the Central Station is well cared for and all. But the East Coast kind of really has enjoyed you stepping up and including us in your antique world.
Sure.
And I think that's as well perceived by a lot of antique pullers.
Just do me one
I think
favor.
there's a big void.
Do me one favor. When you refer to my name and don't use the word celebrity in the same sentence, okay?
Celebrity.
It worries me.
You
Look
hear
what
that,
happened to Richard. Look what happened to Richard. I'm just kidding. It's all in fun, man. All in fun. You got to have fun. So you may have elaborated to this. What is your first hook this year?
Our first hook is a tested tune at the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Field. And it is on April 23rd.
It's the day after
the
Easter.
Day after Easter. I guess I'm going to have to motorhome it that weekend.
That may be why we planned it that way. It's a whole nice track trip that way.
Yeah, I can just roll in there.
It's a play day anyway.
How about that? Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Mm-hmm.
I keep looking.
I just see what you have to say next. What's the next one after that? What's it say?
Well, we stay in Easton, and the first pool that the county actual event pool is June the 3rd. Still in Tuckahoe.
We backed away from doing May pools because so many of us are so busy working, and that's most of our help group is away working in May. So we kind of we get more busy towards June.
Yep. Farming is a serious job.
And a lot of us doing a lot of things.
The busiest month for Delmarva is right through July. When we start with the fair series, it's literally one right after another. Every weekend is back to back to back to back.
So that kind of takes out of our traveling, so we're starting a home that during that time. Then on off weeks, we might take off and go somewhere. That's like when we took you to Seals Grove, and I even took you to Beaver Springs one time.
Yeah, broke my toes.
Yeah, but you recovered.
You recovered.
Broke my toes.
That's a true story, Brian.
Fantastic.
I'm sure.
Well, we had
Brian
a great time. You got a lucky earn.
Still be pulling
Lucky
antiques
earn
there.
everything.
Yep.
Um,
Him and Nick
I
both.
think it's Delmarva.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do a rope walk.
Yeah. Yes, that's.
I don't know. They know what that means. Go ahead, Richard. You did it.
Both of you give the blank stare on one rope walk for you.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I was just thinking about what Brian said. So no, go ahead.
Yeah, we were going over what Brian Marson said. Definitely cannot forget your roots of antique pulling.
I
Him and
agree
Nick
with
both.
There's something about a rope.
And then something about a rope.
So Owen drove me north to a pool that 1 got rained out, 2 I broke my toe, and 3 I got disqualified twice because the speed horn at that particular event is a person walking a rope on a pulley system next to your tractor
Yeah.
With
yeah.
flag in his hand.
with a flag in their hand. If they
Okay.
get behind the center of your rear tire, you're done. You have went too fast. That is a different experience if you've never done it.
At 3.5 mile an hour.
At 3.5 mile an hour. That is different.
Wow.
Now, the thing about Beaver Springs that's important to recognize, and I want to make sure they get credit for it, is that's the first place that anybody bracket pulled.
Mm-hmm. Remember you telling me that? Yep.
Yep. And so it was a pretty neat experience. It's a long ways from home. For us, it was different. Then I took you to one of Seals Grove. You had a good time there.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna leave his death too.
Oh yes,
We had a great time.
had a great time. We had some equipment fairs, but we got through it.
I said we're gonna leave it at that. We had a great time.
David Jones says something here.
Oh no,
No.
No. Okay. Anyway, I get it. I get it.
He must be wide awake by now.
He's trying to be slick about it.
Thanks, David.
But you know, don't
We're
want to
not-
talk.
We are not elaborating to that. We will move on.
Yeah, we have friends in a lot of places. Delmarva does. We go all the way to Central Jersey. Been there.
We have.
We've been to South Jersey and pulled as a group.
We have.
Delmarva Tractor's been there, well recognized in the Jersey area as well as Pennsylvania. The only pool we got in Delaware is Delaware State Fair. Virginia, we're recognized. So we got a lot of recognition all around as a group of tractors when we show up.
And that's why I think a talk show, a podcast, whatever you want to call it, would
Look,
be a
I
great
know
thing.
you have the video of me agreeing to it. We don't have to relive it. I agree.
What's
I know
that
you
now?
have the video. I've seen it on the phone. Oh, now you can't hear.
Convenient, huh?
I like it.
It's just the
One more
volume's in and out. I can't.
I said, I know you have the video. I agree. That's enough.
Okay.
That time you heard me.
But anyway, back to the banquet. We hope whoever's watching,
You just wait.
please, we're trying to keep the head count, but if you can, get a hold of one of us. If you can't, we still be glad to have you. What was on the menu?
Chicken. All the fixings.
Oh my gosh, the menu's like this freaking long. It's huge. I'm like, wow.
Crab soup, wasn't it?
The highlight is the homemade cream of crab soup. That's the highlight.
And then we got we're gonna do our point series trophies. We generally have a Chinese auction going on. We have videos going on, lively discussion the whole time. It's at the Royal Tan Club, 5 o'clock this Saturday, and Birdsville, Maryland. That's
Just-
it.
Forewarn you, JoJo's and or somebody. Joseph McIntyre's in the chat here. Nicole Morrison, you just let me know anytime. Whenever you're ready, give me a shout.
She wants to be a guest?
Yes.
Oh, you got Nicole for a guest already.
His guess.
Oh.
His.
Can we steal her?
No.
Can we steal her?
It's all one and the same.
Or we could do a sharing instead of a stealing.
We can
Well,
just
go with that too.
make it a
You don't have to
Delmarva.
figure it out by now. He don't play well with others. I don't know what to tell you.
But
Oh, good. We might even go get that Matt Stauffer. You know, he represents that Cecil County Farm Museum.
My own
He's
brother.
the president.
My own brother. That's what I'm laughing at.
my own
Yeah,
brother.
brother. I didn't get to read it.
She elaborated on the equipment failure.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah,
By the
your
way-
brother, he was there.
He was. Yeah, he was a senior.
Yeah, he was there. So I guess he could. Vic Jones was there too.
Yes, he was.
He had a lot of support.
Yeah.
Not much under the seat.
Yeah, we'll go with it. So we'll go with it.
It's always a story.
There's the story.
If you went to a tractor pull and didn't have a story, it wasn't a good tractor pull.
We often say that the trophy is not always the best trophy. It's the story that you come back with. And then the second thing we say is best storyteller wins.
Oh yeah, well we know who the grand champion is.
Well, we do try to keep that as a practice art form, storytelling.
But that point, it really is the fact of the matter though. There's hundreds of ribbons and trophies and everything else collecting dust behind that door over there. The memories still get talked about.
Yes, And
Sure.
I've told people before, you get a bushel basket full of trophies, but sometimes that bushel basket ought to be full of stories, and the trophies are really immaterial at some point in time.
Ooh,
Now,
we
the
got one
trophies
on
are
you.
wonderful, and don't get me wrong, trophies should always be a part of a pool, because that kind of like highlights the pool at that particular time. But when you get home, you're back with family and friends, or you're at your local Delmarva banquet. Who is on you now? LW.
Oh, no, we're talking about you, Olin.
Not me.
Oh yeah, LW. Oh, that's a nice one, LW. We got a video of that.
I've done a lot of things, but I ain't never
That's
been to Jersey Bowl.
Yeah, that was a small little hiccup down Tunica. They made a rule change the next day.
I wonder why.
Was
I
that
didn't
the,
get disqualified for it. I got in the pull-off.
I thought they called it the Olin rule, right?
And it might have, but it does give you some recognition when you do that.
That's different.
Yeah, but things do happen at a pool every now and then, and sometimes it's hard to explain. You just got to go with it.
Sometimes they're just ain't even explaining.
And stories are told, and you go on, have a good time with it. Sometimes the story is a little humiliating at the time, but later on they become quite cherished. Not really. No,
Wow.
not yet. I'll give you another year or so. Okay.
I hate to say it, we've come to an hour and 1 minute, so
I
we
don't
have
like
definitely fulfilled the show, and I think it's time that myself and Delmarva work towards its own deal as far as having a show and stuff. Richard, now that you're the acting president,
Well, thank you for having us. You happy to be here?
I'm thrilled.
He's thrilled.
oh,
Acting president.
Acting president. What's the acting president?
I can be acting up vice president, but I'm not acting
Oh,
president.
you're definitely acting up, but that's beside.
Sounds like they're both acting up.
I'm good with that.
camera's skipping a little bit
He's
too.
impressed me.
So I'm wondering if their battery is your battery dying?
I'm actually quite disappointed.
Oh. No.
It's a 74%. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the video was skipping. I just wanted.
Yeah, your video
Yeah.
started to like cut out.
Now he's looking at everybody, like, not moving.
You've actually very much disappointed me that you haven't picked on me once in a minute.
Huh?
What's
I
rude?
told you I wasn't going to pick on you.
Apparently.
I'm moving on your screen.
Don't worry, I'll make up for it Saturday night.
We'll get him an award at the banquet for that. I don't know what it looked like.
Get him a trophy.
I could think of
You might get an award at the banquet. Not picking on Richard on podcast.
I can think of a special award for him.
Hmm.
In fact, I might have one in the shop. I have to look.
Oh yeah, here it goes. It's all good.
it is all good. I haven't had not one
Absolutely.
good thing all night. It's wonderful.
But
Mhm.
you guys put your thoughts towards that, getting the show started.
Oh, we will.
I think it'll be a pretty good hit with the antique pulling world and others.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, it don't have to be a weekly show. It'd be at your leisure. So let's make it happen, man. All we got to do is get Richard a mic and a little power box for the mic. Or if he's going to use a cell phone, which works fine, we just need a little mic, maybe a lapel mic that'll clip on his shirt or something and plug it into your phone and you're good to go. So that would fix the sound problem on my end. And cheap.
Yeah.
Keyword cheap.
I think the phone works better than the tablet did.
Oh man. I gotta share one more post for you, buddy. Oh man. LW is laying it on, man. Wow. Wow. How much did you pay him for that one, Nolan?
It's your friend. You sweet your friend.
He's your friend. He's a dear friend. But paybacks are meant to be favored.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Next
Wow.
event. Next, stay tuned in for the sequel.
Well, it's like this.
The
It might take
sequel.
my tractor name, but I didn't have to hand it off. I didn't have to hand it off to somebody else.
Oh, you mean like a spouse?
Yeah, like that.
All right, guys,
Ooh.
we're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up here. So it's getting late.
Something happened in Orange, didn't it?
Oh, it did.
You going back?
After that, absolutely.
Okay, you heard that.
Good night.
No, I
Good night.
didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything he said. Did you hear what
We
they
say
said?
good night to you. Thank you.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you coming on. I'll be in touch. Well, I'll see you Saturday night.
Does the earphones work?
Good night.
That was like watching one of the Chinese movies where, and then you see the lips move.
Pretty soon we're gonna get a one finger hand wave.
It's all good.
I think they're going.
I think they're done. Okay. Yep, there went the microphone. See ya. Okay. Oh my goodness, what a treat that was.
Yep.
But I just want to elaborate real quick. We got to get off here. Kendra and I talked and think we're going to move the show forward 1 hour to like 7 p.m. I wanted to get it by Kendra first because she's the one with the tax job and
With the
She
crazy
was-
hours.
with the crazy hours. So I'm thinking maybe starting next week. And that's going to vary on the guests too. Sometimes the guests can't get in that early. Then we'll have to go back to 8 p.m. But I think we're going to go to 7 p.m. See how that works. So we'll see.
Works for me.
We'll see.
Like I said, a good excuse to stop working.
Right. But I just want to say we had a few questions in here tonight, a little bit of fun. That's great. We appreciate that. Appreciate everybody watching. To those that are headed to the Delmarva banquet Saturday, I will see you there. I'll have a projector and some DVDs, and we're going to play some videos for them, and I'll probably have some along if anybody's interested in them. So looking forward to it. It's my first Delmarva banquet. I have a feeling I'll be coming home with some stories. So I have a pretty good idea. But that's what it's all about.
Yep. That is what makes pulling the great sport that we all love. That's
Yep.
across the board.
Yeah,
From
looking forward to
antiques to all the way up to the top.
You bet. That's what it's all about. Okay. Kendra, stick around. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. I'm
7
p.m. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Unless Tommy came. I'm thinking about having Tommy in here, AG. We'll see. Whatever his schedule is. But we'll have something or somebody going on here.
Yeah.
But anyway, 7 p.m. next Wednesday. That's the goal.
See ya.
I'm never
We'll do
ready.
the princess wave then.
Oh my goodness. My Lord.